What if I told you the next major clue in our search for human origins was buried beneath the sea? Not in Africa, not in a cave, but deep under the tropical waters of Indonesia? In 2011, a dredger pulled something out of the ocean floor that scientists are still trying to fully understand, and it's shaking up everything we thought we knew about early humans. Off the coast of Java and Madura, maritime sand miners were going about their routine when their dredge brought up something strange. Thousands of ancient bones. But among them, something stood out. A skull. Human. Or at least close. It wasn't modern Homo sapiens. It was something far older, Homo erectus. That's right, a hominin that lived over 1 million years ago. And somehow, its remains survived nearly 140,000 years beneath the sea. This skull fragment is now considered the first underwater Homo erectus fossil ever found, and it's forcing archaeologists to re-examine a long-forgotten prehistoric landmass. Meet Sundaland, a name you might not recognize, but a place that once held forests, rivers, and perhaps even early human settlements. During the Ice Age, sea levels were up to 120 meters lower than today. This exposed a massive land bridge connecting mainland Asia to what is now Indonesia. Imagine Southeast Asia not as scattered islands, but as one vast tropical plain. But between 14,000 and 7,000 years ago, melting glaciers drowned this ancient landscape. And with it, they may have buried entire chapters of our history. Homo erectus wasn't just another caveman. They were a game changer. They walked upright, used fire, crafted tools, and they spread far and wide across Africa, Asia, and beyond. This species lasted longer than Homo sapiens have existed, nearly 2 million years on this planet. The Madura Strait discovery shows that they may have lived longer than we thought, and in places we never expected. But it's not just the human skull that's turning heads. Over 6,000 fossils were recovered, including animals that roamed these lost plains. Buffalo, wild deer, Komodo dragons, and even stegodon, a now extinct giant that looked like a mix between an elephant and a mammoth. Some bones had cut marks, clear signs that early humans hunted and processed their kills. This was no primitive scavenger society. These were intelligent, organized hunters, adapting to a landscape now lost forever. To figure out just how old these remains were, researchers used a technique called optically stimulated luminescence. Basically, it tells us the last time sunlight touched the grains of sand burying the bones. The result? These fossils date between 162,000 and 119,000 years ago, placing them firmly in the Middle Pleistocene, a critical period in human evolution. By analyzing the types of animals, teeth, and plant remains found nearby, scientists reconstructed the lost landscape of Sundaland. Far from dense jungle, this was a vast savanna, teeming with grazers, predators, and yes, early humans. The bones of deer, antelope-like creatures, and even small elephants suggest this was a rich ecosystem, ideal for hunting and thriving. And these weren't isolated pockets. This land might have connected entire populations of Homo erectus across Southeast Asia. This discovery pushes the known range of Homo erectus further east than we thought. It also suggests they were capable of adapting to river systems, tropical plains, and possibly even maritime environments. It raises the question, how much more is still down there? How many lost valleys, tools, settlements all buried under rising seas? This isn't just about one skull. It's about rewriting human history using the landscapes we forgot even existed. The Madura Strait is now considered the first underwater hominin site in all of Southeast Asia. But it probably won't be the last. With better underwater tech, archaeologists are now turning to the seafloor, the final frontier of human history. Because if we want to understand who we really are, we may need to go where no one expected.